What's up guys, Cosmos here. I'm back with some Marvel heroes. Today we're going to check out Squirrel Girl. Squirrel Girl summons squirrels to do her bidding. She's melee and ranged, and she's overwhelmingly adorable. She's famous for single-handedly defeating some of Marvel's biggest villains. Squirrel Girl's hero synergy boost is damage to bosses. At level 25, you get a bonus 2%, and then another 2 at level 50. This is definitely worth picking up on all of your heroes. Now let's take a look at the power trees. There has recently been a big overhaul of the power system. You now attain new powers up until level 52 instead of level 30. At 52 you get your ultimate power, which now has a 10-minute cooldown instead of 20 minutes. And you also have a signature power that you get at level 30, shown in purple, made to be very powerful with a short cooldown. This system is rolling out slowly and will include every hero in the game eventually. Squirrel Girl's first tree, Let's Fight, includes all her melee abilities. The Squirrels tree has all her ranged squirrel attacks, and More Squirrels is filled with summoning powers and lots of passives. I've marked the levels for each power, and you'll have them all at level 52. Squirrel Girl has 2 melee basic powers. Claw Claw Kick has a bleed effect and slows enemies. Savage Swipe does bonus damage to slowed enemies, so you can actually combo these together. Claw Claw Bite is a melee attack that does extra damage for each squirrel you have fighting by your side. We'll talk about how to summon squirrels in a bit. Squirrel Twirl is a basic AoE knockdown power, hits everyone around you and stuns them. Squirrel Girl also has 2 movement powers. Forest Walk is your dash ability that also boosts your defense, and Dive Bomb is a jump kick power that slows any enemies that it hits. There are 3 ranged basic attacks, which all use squirrel mechanics. The first, aptly named Squirrel, shoots out a squirrel in a straight line, hitting everything it meets. Squirrel Saboteurs sends out 3 squirrel sappers to blow up bad guys. And finally, Hulk Buster Squirrel shoots out a mean-looking squirrel that explodes on contact and does bonus damage to elites and bosses. Squirrel Heart gets you out of negative conditions like slows and stuns, and gives you a passive health increase. Not too bad. Acorn Artillery is Squirrel Girl's newest ability. This is a big AoE bomb power that you now start the game with. This was a much needed addition as her AoE was pretty limited in the early parts of the game. Death from the Trees is a ranged attack that showers enemies with squirrels from the sky. This also slows them, so it's good for kiting big groups. Squirrelpocalypse sends a massive stampede of squirrels to bowl over anything in front of you, and also debuffs enemies to take extra damage in the future. Autofire Acorns is like a squirrel-driven cap gun. This one shoots incredibly fast and does massive single target damage. I use it exclusively on bosses and elites that have a lot of health. Sick'em and Squirrel Special Forces are both summon powers, which means the squirrels you call stick around for a while and fight for you. At high levels, they summon 7 squirrels each, and you can have them all up at once. They stay for 10 to 15 seconds and chip away at your enemies. These powers are what make Squirrel Girl so much fun. Against tough enemies, you can call them down to do the dirty work, then focus on avoiding danger yourself. Squirrel Girl has a ridiculous number of passive powers, most of them scaling with the number of squirrels you have on the field. Counterattack gives you a dodge chance and stuns enemies when you dodge. Squirrel Smarts is a defensive aura for your party that activates when you use melee powers. Spirit of the Squirrel gives you extra spirit and spirit regen on hit with your basic powers. Squirrel Friend gives you a chance to summon a squirrel companion when you use any other power. This is a good way to get your squirrel count up, and you get it right at the beginning of the game. Thousands of Tiny Teeth buffs your damage by a factor per squirrel you have on the field. More squirrels equals more damage. Squirrel Distraction gives you dodge chance per squirrel summoned. Squirrel Cunning gives you passive crit and crit damage that scales with your squirrels. And Squirrel Love is a heal and passive regen for your health based on each squirrel attack. So every little scratch from your squirrel heals you. So basically, you should put a few points in each passive and then turn into a god as you summon more and more squirrels to the field. Pretty fun. Squirrel Girl's ultimate power is called Tiny Hug Barrage. This one is equal parts hilarious and adorable, so every 10 minutes you can fill the entire screen with murderous cuteness. Squirrel Girl is adorable, really fun to play. I wouldn't say she's the most powerful hero in the game, but she can hold her own. And who knows, maybe she's a good way to introduce your girlfriend to the game. Okay, hope you guys enjoyed this one. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you next time.